Principals, which student made you think they're beyond saving until they proved you wrong? Principals, who was the worst student at your school? When Marcus broke a student's nose and slammed his head into a locker hard enough to leave a dent, I thought for sure we were done with him. Blood everywhere, kids screaming, staff frozen. It should have meant expulsion, but the district said no. Alternative schools were full. Their solution? 2 weeks of in-school suspension, supervised by me, alone. I told them it was a mistake. They called it policy. I argued it was too light. Told them Marcus was 16, already built like a grown man, fought students and staff without hesitation, smashed windows, and left slurs scrawled across lockers. His threats didn't sound like bluffs. One kid needed stitches. Another left school entirely, but I still found myself supervising him. Day 1, I kept my desk between us like a shield. He came in late, slammed the door behind him, and kicked a chair until it scraped across the floor. I told him to sit, and he just sprawled out like he owned the place. He didn't touch the work I left for him, or react to anything I said. I stopped trying after a while. By the 3rd day, I noticed the sketchbook. He'd draw the whole time. Fast, aggressive strokes, sometimes ripping the paper. I tried to peek once, and he yanked the sketchbook back like I'd hit him. None of your business. That afternoon, Kessler came to my office, shaking, and said I needed to see his drawings. Figures trapped in corners, mouths open in silent screams, eyes watching from walls, and one that gutted me. A boy hiding under a table, a shadow over him, belt raised. After that, I saw it all. How he flinched when I moved, how he never took off that hoodie, and how Mondays always looked worse than Fridays. Then one morning a storm rolled in. Rain hammered the windows, and thunder cracked so loud it shook the floor. Marcus always looked worse during storms, but never stuck around long enough for me to ask why. This time he did. We found him in the gym, standing over a crying freshman, fist balled in the kid's hoodie, screaming something no one could understand. Everyone froze. We pulled Marcus off and dragged him back to my office. He didn't fight, didn't speak, just dropped into that same damn chair like none of it mattered. I told him he was one step from being expelled. He stared at the floor. I said, "You're running out of chances." He muttered, "I ran out a long time ago." And then thunder cracked again, the lights flickered, and the next thing I knew he was under my desk, curled up and shaking like he was under fire. When the school cleared out, I sat down beside him and said, "I used to have panic attacks too." Told him about the war, about my wife, about how I shut down after losing her. He stayed quiet at first, then finally said, "It's worse when it rains." He drinks more. I don't sleep. I asked who. He just whispered, "You know." That Friday, I offered him a ride. He didn't want to go home, so we could just drive. A few blocks from campus, I pulled over and told him about a boy I failed years ago. Said I couldn't let that happen again. He opened his sketchbook and showed me a drawing of me, standing in the dark, holding a light. He said, "You don't see it, but that's what you did."